will it crush? That's the question Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to answer for charity. I'm Steve Green, this is Trifecta, and instead of the moaning and groaning and dooming and glooming we're forced to do so often, how about the charming story of one man, his favorite charity, 2 lucky guests, and an M47 Patton tank? Oh yeah, how about that? Let's bring on Bill Whittle and Scott Ott and show you the video made of 100% pure undiluted cask strength awesome. Gents, without further ado, Governor Conan the Commando Terminator.
Hi, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. After hard work, laboring and slaving away, I finally have achieved my lifelong dream. And it is not to do Terminator or to do Conan the Barbarian or anything like that. No, not at all. But to finally possess my own f***ing tank. Look at this. Did you ever feel like this? And you actually wanted to feel like this? Come to LA.
Now, we didn't have a chance to record this segment before the offer expired, but the deal was that for a charitable donation to After School All-Stars, and then Arnold would match you dollar for dollar, by the way. You and a friend would get a chance to win a day with Arnold. You'd spend some time crushing things in Arnold's tank. You'd smoke Arnold's cigars, and you'd hang out with Arnold in what he says would probably be the best day of your life, and I don't doubt that for 1 second. You know, Scott, this site called Ome has put this thing together, and they do all sorts of giveaways like this one. You get to do something cool with a celebrity for a great cause. Do you think this kind of thing is the future of giving in our modern celebrity culture?
Hey, you know, whatever it takes. You can't deny the appeal that that Hollywood actors have to a lot of people, and if that can generate some income for a good cause, well, that's awesome. But I'll tell you what, taking a look at that tank, and is that a World War II era tank? What is that? Do you know the era of that, Stephen?
It's post-war. I believe the Patton was introduced in the early 50s.
That's correct. In the early 50s, okay. Well, the only thing that could make this adventure better for me would be to be in that tank with my grandfather, Staff Sergeant Jim McMaster, who drove a tank across Europe in World War II and actually was fighting with Patton, not just driving a tank that's named after him. That would be worth whatever the entrance fee was for the cause of that charity. I'm not as impressed with the celebrities as I am with the kind of men it takes to do the work it takes to secure liberty.
Yeah, indeed. You know, a lot of guys got to drive tanks across France in the mid-1940s, and who knows, maybe someday soon they'll get to do it again. Bill, crushing things in Arnold's tank, I want you to come up with a charitable activity even better than that, and I bet you can.
Better than crushing things in Arnold's tank?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's going to be a tough one, Steve. You know, I'm kind of leaning towards, oh, I don't, you know, I got to tell you, I don't know if there is anything better than crushing things in Arnold's tank. I think the challenge actually is not so much trying to find something other than crushing something in Arnold's tank. I think the real challenge here is, what would you crush in Arnold's tank? Not the kitties, be careful. I think if it were me, what I would do is I would take Arnold up on the challenge and I would see if we could find a way to crush California's budget deficit. I'd just put all those papers and all those obligations out there in the middle of the field, and I'd run it over with the tank and see if we could get, you know, basically get the state that he used to be governor of back out of the red. You know, some of these tanks have snorkel type abilities so that they can ford shallow rivers. Maybe the thing to do is just create a giant pond of red ink and just kind of just go dashing through it at, you know, 60 miles an hour and guns blazing and firing off confetti or little Gadsden flags or something like that. But, you know, this kind of publicity stunt for charities goes back a long way, goes back at least to the time that Lady Godiva rode naked to Parliament as a publicity stunt for Godiva chocolates. So, you know, this kind of thing is not new, and you just anytime you can raise money for a good cause, I think you have to get behind it.
It is. What a terrific, fun way to do that. You know, folks, an Austrian bodybuilder came to our shores without a dime, made a small fortune in weightlifting, made a bigger fortune in real estate, made a huge fortune in showbiz, buys himself an effing tank and spends his time crushing things and smoking Cuban cigars with people like you and me to help high school kids improve their grades and develop their muscles. So anytime you start to maybe think that America's best days are behind her, you just remind yourself of that story, all right? For Bill Whittle and Scott Ott and Arnold's effing tank, I'm Steve Green.